You ever watch a movie and be like, man, that is way too long? Well, beauty of these movies, you'll never, ever say that.
You're shorter than I expected.
Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 best movies that are under 90 minutes. I thought 90 minutes would be hilarious because movie lengths are, I think the minimum requirement is like 50 minutes to like 80 minutes or so or whatever. For the majority of movies, like an average length of a film is like an hour and 40 minutes to 2 hours. That's like a good normal length of a film. And when a movie hits over like the 2 hour, 2.5 hour mark, that's considered a long movie. And I always think when a movie's 90 minutes or lower, that's considered a shorter full length feature movie. It's not a short film. A short film is like 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes long. But a short, full-length feature movie, I always find are like movies that are under 90 minutes. And I thought I'd talk about the top 10 best movies that are under 90 minutes. Because these are movies you can like binge in a couple days. Like if you're a kind of person that, doesn't have a lot of time on their hands and there's just, there's so many movies out there, but they're just so long. You just want to watch a quick movie and head to bed or something. These are great movies to watch. These are just movies you can just bang out in an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, and then you're done and stuff. So these to me are the best examples of movies under 90 minutes. Because the worst thing about a shorter movie is that you watch it and you're just like, you feel like you needed more and like it was missing something. When it comes to these 10 films, their length works perfectly for the stories they're about to tell. Even though they're short, it works for these stories and these films, and they utilize their time brilliantly. There's a lot of animated films. And you could say, like, well, animation has a lot of restraints because it takes a long time to animate. That is true, but even with their time restraints, they tell solid stories within that time. Anyways, I digress. Coming at number 10 is Alfred Hitchcock's Rope. This clocks in at 80 minutes on the dot. Rope is one of Alfred Hitchcock's most underrated films. This and like Shadow of a Doubt, I think is underrated. I think The Man Who Knew Too Much, super underrated Hitchcock movies. Rope is so good. This is based off of a stage play, so the whole movie is done within like one continuous shot. It's filmed almost like a stage play. It's basically about two guys who murder someone with a rope, and they store his dead body in this like table cabinet. But this is before they're hosting a dinner party, and then when they kill him and put his body there, everyone starts coming over for the dinner party, and they basically have very limited time to get people out of this party so they can get this dead body out because the body's going to start to smell. So the whole movie is like this really anxiety-inducing movie about these two characters who committed this crime, and they're just hoping no one from this party finds out that they're hiding a dead body. And yeah, Jamie Stewart in the movie, he's great. I don't know who these two actors are, but both of them do a great job. It's a very well shot movie, and the music is good, and just the direction is good, and just it's perfect for its length. 80 minutes is all you need for a story like this, and again, just like most Hitchcock movies, the conclusion to the film does not disappoint you. Holy crap, it's so good. Anyways, number 9, The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's an amazing stop-motion animated film. It clocks in at 76 minutes, and it's perfect. Hour and 16 minutes. It tells a lot, actually. Even though it's a 76-minute movie, you feel like it's longer, actually, because it explores so much in 76 minutes. Explores the Halloween world, the Christmas world, even kind of the underbelly world of Oogie Boogie. It goes through a lot of characters, a lot of great musical numbers, a lot of beautiful visuals. A lot of stuff happens within the time, and it doesn't feel rushed, and it doesn't feel bloated. It just works perfectly. It's a timeless movie with timeless songs and beautiful animation. It's a great movie to watch during the Halloween season and the Christmas season. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is like most people's favorite like animated films ever, so it's no shock that's on this list, but check it out if you've never seen it. Which, stupid, because I think everyone in the world has seen it. Alright, number 8. I'm going with another classic. This is from 1948. and that is High Noon. High Noon. This movie clocks in at 85 minutes. And I loved it because the movie itself is within the time of 85 minutes. Like, I think it's 90 minutes, but you include like kind of the opening and the conclusion. But it's like 90 minutes before these guys are gonna come and like kill this sheriff because he put away the wrong man and stuff. And it's all him waiting to noon so he can fight his way to safety. This is a fantastic, fantastic Western. Gary Cooper is amazing in this movie. This movie is just so well directed. And it's so well paced. And it's so well structured of how the story's structured. And even how the action, even though the action for its time is a little clunky and outdated, it works for its time. It works for how it's done with the constraints of the story. This is a great movie. This is one of my favorite Western movies. It's no Unforgiven, but it's still an amazing film. And if you ever want to get into like older classic Westerns, High Noon is a huge recommend for me. All right, number 7, gotta go with some Disney. The Lion King. The Lion King, I had to put The Lion King. This movie literally just makes this list. Clocks in at 89 minutes on the dot. First movie I ever saw in theaters. I think everyone knows this. You know my channel well. Lion King. First movie I ever saw in theaters. I guess you could say it's the first movie I loved or enjoyed. I was, I think, 3 years old when this movie came out. It's the Hamlet story, but it's amazing. It's an amazing movie. Stellar animation. Hans Zimmer's music is incredible. Elton John's songs are incredible. You got Scar, voiced by the icon himself of Jeremy Irons, is amazing. You got James Earl Jones as Mufasa. It's a brilliant story, and it's almost like negative to talk about it now because I hate what Disney has done to it now, because I love The Lion King, the 1994 The Lion King movie. I think it's just such an amazing story, and it's such a huge part of my childhood. It's just Disney has like butchered it, like with its shitty remake and its shitty like prequel, the Mufasa movie. It's like, I don't know, just like what Disney has done to its classics. It's like just really put this like bitterness to a lot of people, and me included, with even some of the classics, which sucks because the classics are still classics and they're still great. And The Lion King will always be good, even though Disney is shit on it. And Disney is just mutilated it. The first Lion King will still be great. So, yeah. Number 6 is Beauty and the Beast. This movie clocks in at 84 minutes. This is better than The Lion King. Even though The Lion King was always my childhood favorite, Beauty and the Beast was my sister's childhood favorite. But as I got older, Beauty and the Beast is just a better movie. To me, it's just subjectively. Subjectively, I think it is objectively the better movie. I think it's just got better characters. It's got better songs. It's beautifully animated. Both are beautiful. I think Lion King is just more of a big, huge scope, big sized movie. Beauty and the Beast is just more of a beautiful love story. You got Paige O'Hara, who's brilliant. You got just a better villain on Gaston, because it's like he's supposed to be the hero, but he's the villain and stuff. And you have this very beautiful love story about not judging a person by their appearance. And no, it's not a movie about Stockholm Syndrome. I know everyone wants to say that's what this is. The movie's about bestiality. Not once does she sleep with the beast or kiss or make out. It's more of a love, of like an emotional love than a physical attraction. And that's the whole point of the movie. And it's not about Stockholm Syndrome, that she falls in love with a kidnapper. There's many times he actually lets her leave, and there's times there's times she actually can leave, but she still chooses to stay. It's a legit romance. So, just saying. Beauty and the Beast, great movie. Speaking of romance, number 5 is Before Sunset. Before Sunset is the second movie in the Before trilogy. This movie clocks in at 80 minutes, and it's amazing. It's actually my favorite out of the 3. God. Anyways, the first one's amazing. Third one's amazing. The sequel, the second one is the shorter one, but I love it because the entire movie is just one conversation throughout the entire film, basically. Like the first one kind of is that, but it's multiple conversations and multiple locations and stuff. And the third one has got a bunch of new characters. This one is literally just he's on his book tour. He runs into Celine again, and they just have one long conversation, and then the movie ends. That's literally what it is. I appreciate that. I respect that, and it's the most real. The fourth trilogy is a very real, feels very real. It's a very genuine, like romance between these two characters. But Before Sunset is the most real out of the three. The conversation is so real. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's deep. It's emotional. It really feels like you're just watching two people have a conversation, and it's amazing. All right, coming at number 4 is "Stand by Me." Stand by me. Yes, amazing song. This movie also, just like Lion King, just makes the cut, clocking at 89 minutes. This is directed by Rob Reiner, and it's a Stephen King adaptation. This is actually a Stephen King adaptation that isn't horror, one of the few. It's about 4 boys, and they go on this little trip, this kind of like, I would say, kind of road trip on to find a dead body. They walk across the forests and the train tracks, and they spend the whole weekend to get to this dead body so they can get famous and report the dead body. But also on their trails, they are run into like these teenagers who were involved maybe in the killing of this dead body, and they want to stop them. And it's also about the 4 of them and the journey they have with each other. Is basically like the last journey they have before, because you find out the end of the movie, they don't really see each other again. This movie's a lot about adolescence, and it's about, spending time with your buddies. It's a very human movie. That's why I love Stand By Me. It's just such a genuine and human movie about 4 buddies hanging out, going on a trip together, and they're young kids. They're like 13, and it's the way they talk to each other, the way they speak to each other. It just feels like a genuine friendship between these 4. And all 4 of them are great. You got Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Jerry O'Connell, and Corey Feldman all in this movie. If that's not an 80s cast, I don't know what is. And it's definitely one of Rob Reiner's best movies. And it's a great film. All right, number 3, Toy Story. First Toy Story clocks in at 81 minutes. Like, what can I actually say about Toy Story that 50 bajillion, centillion, brillion, it's not a word, but that everyone hasn't said already? There's nothing I can say about Toy Story that has not been said already on the internet. It's Toy Story. It's one of the greatest animated films. It's one of the best Pixar films. And the fact that it is only 81 minutes long and it tells such a great and compelling and funny story just shows how amazing it is. And it was ahead of its time with its animation style. So yeah. Number 2, we'll go with another classic. This is Akira Kurosawa, and that is Rashomon. Rashomon clocks in at 88 minutes, which is strange because when it comes to Akira Kurosawa's movies, his movies are all very long. Like, super long. Seven Samurai, Kakamushu, Yojimbo, Akiru, Ran. A lot of his movies are super long. They're all over like 2.5 hours. It's the fact that he made a movie that's like under 90 minutes, and the fact that it's actually like maybe arguably his best movie is interesting. It's a typical samurai story, but it's the first movie of its kind to have a story about different points of view. Kind of like The Last Duel. I feel like The Last Duel borrowed all its storytelling from Rashomon. It's basically about how this woman got attacked, and it's through her point of view, the attacker's point of view, and the witness's point of view. And you don't know what point of view is the right point of view. And that's what the movie's about. And it's all through a samurai story, Japanese setting. And that makes it just more intriguing, more interesting. And this movie is brilliant. Akira Kurosawa, like, I know he gets a lot of love from a lot of cinephiles now, but man, back in the day, Kurosawa he just didn't get the love he deserved. The man was ahead of his time. The man just knew his shit. And Rashomon, absolute masterpiece. And number 1, we're going with some more classics. We talked about Akira Kurosawa. We talked about Alfred Hitchcock, but now we got to talk about Charlie Chaplin. And unlike Kira Kurosawa, Charlie Chaplin's movies are all very short because he makes a lot of silent films and comedy films. And I could have went with a lot of movies. I could have went with The Kid, Gold Rush, City Lights, all great films. But I got to go with Modern Times. Modern Times is my favorite Charlie Chaplin movie. Again, also clocks in at 89 minutes. And the movie is about the industrial industry. It's about blue-collar workers. It's about government control. It's about society, about the rich, the poor, the wealthy. It's about imprisonment. It's about labor unions. It's about a lot of things. And it's just a very fucking hilarious movie. It's a very funny movie. Charlie Chaplin is incredible. The stunt works he does in this movie. The skating scene, iconic scene, so good. The whole opening with him doing the fucking when he's screwing in all the things, so funny, absolutely hilarious. Visually, it's one of the most striking Charlie Chaplin movies. It's ahead of its time. It's a silent film that can make anyone fall in love with silent film. That's what Modern Times is, and I think it's Charlie Chaplin's masterpiece. Most people will say it's City Lights, but to me, it's Modern Times. That is my favorite Charlie Chaplin movie, and I think it's the greatest movie ever made that's under 90 minutes. So yeah, that was my top 10 best movies that are under 90 minutes. Let me know in the comments below what are 10 amazing films that are under 90 minutes. Comment below, let me know. And as always for this video, please subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the dark side.